Now, let us to review our knowledge by some questions. Test your knowledge by true or false questions. Among human, annual epidemic influenza illness is caused by two types of influenza viruses, influenza A and influenza B. This is true. Influenza type B can affect pigs and horses. False. Influenza G viruses primarily affect the cattle and are not known to infect or cause illness in people. True. Dust nuclei is the main mode of transmission of influenza. False. The droplet contact is the main mode of transmission. Every 1 to 4 years, a new subtype of influenza A appears and pandemic may result. False. Between the pandemic of influenza, smaller epidemic are scattered at interval 2 to 3 years due to minor antigenic changes. Yes, true. The inactivated influenza vaccine is given in adults in 2 doses, 4 weeks apart. False. Isolation of cases of influenza is a crucial control measures. False. Currently circulating influenza are H1N1, H3N2 and B viruses. Yes, true. The response to influenza epidemic is planned at the international level. False. Vaccination is the most effective way to prevent influenza virus infection. True. The inactivated influenza vaccine is administered intranasally. False. Live attenuated influenza vaccine can be given safely to the pregnant woman. False. One influenza type A, H1N1, one influenza type A, H3N2, and 1 or 2 influenza B virus are included in each season's influenza vaccine. Yes, true. Live attenuated influenza vaccine is called adapted virus. Yes, true. Influenza vaccines are contraindicated for individuals with chronic medical condition. False. This is the correct answers. Now we transfer to a second type of question, MCQ question. Which of the following criteria meets a suspected case definition of novel influenza virus infection A? A case compatible clinically with influenza virus infection, a case meeting the clinical criteria with pending lab confirmation, a case meeting the clinical criteria and epidemiologically linked to a confirmed case, a case of human infection with the novel influenza type A virus confirmed by CDC influenza lab. So the correct answer is B. Which of the following statements best describe pattern of occurrence of the influenza? Influenza occurs as endemic cases. Epidemic of influenza tend to occur in temperate areas in any months. The attack rate of influenza is more than 50% in closed communities. Pandemic of influenza are caused mainly by type B virus. So the correct answer is C. Which of the following is the most effective measure for preventing influenza infection? Hand hygiene, health education as regards cough etiquette, annual influenza vaccine, Tamiflu prophylaxis once daily for 7 days. So the correct answer is C. Annual influenza vaccination is not recommended for which of the following group? Pregnant woman at any stage of pregnancy, elderly person, patients with chronic medical condition, and children below 6 months of age? Of course, the answer is D. If the vaccine against the circulating strain of influenza is not available, then the effective epidemic measure undertaken will be public health education addressing reducing the spread of respiratory disease, maintain continuous supply of antiviral drugs for high-risk group, active surveillance by the health authorities, and response to influenza epidemic at the international level. So the correct answer is B. Thank you very much for kind listening. Thank you, Dr. Aida Mohi.